We all know Mortal Kombat used to have a dark aesthetic, right? Instead of the bright, vibrant colors of Mortal Kombat 11, as seen here, Mortal Kombat used to be very dark and dreary, giving off this energy where it's just merciless and unforgiving. Although this dark aesthetic hasn't been around a lot since, there have still been a few dark, creepy, or disturbing things found in the games. Like this video if you enjoy and subscribe. Because it is Halloween night when this video releases, I decided we will be looking at some of the dark, creepy, or downright disturbing things found in Mortal Kombat. Let's get into it. The stages of Mortal Kombat are, in my opinion, one of the most important part of when making the aesthetic of the game. We all know the classics, the pit, the Deadpool, and my personal favorite, the armory. Some of these stages, however, are very creepy and unsettling, like the living forest, the bottom of the pit, and especially the flesh pits. The living forest is just downright disturbing to me. As a kid, I was always scared of the faces on the trees, and when I found out the reasons they have faces is because people were lost in the woods and became the trees, you bet I was terrified as a child. The bottom of the pit is the unsettling because this is where it all happens. This is where all the death and blood happens from the long fall of the bridge of the pit. And you know the poor souls who fell off the bridge knew there was no possible way to survive the fall. Now, the flesh pits. The flesh pits was introduced back in Mortal Kombat 9 and was one of the only few original stages from that. This is where all the experiments happen. This is where Shang Tsung's experiments take place, like Melina's creation. Just think of all the messed up things that have taken place here. The music of Mortal Kombat has always been a big thing to the series, especially when Techno Syndrome exists, and that's a big thing for the series. Even if the newer games don't have as memorable soundtracks, there are still some songs that just make you want to listen to it over and over again, like Shao Kahn's Throne Room from Mortal Kombat 9, the Armory from Mortal Kombat 9, and the Temple. But the main menu music doesn't get talked about enough as I think it should, especially the 3D era main menu music. In Mortal Kombat X, they tried to bring this back, and in my opinion, it kind of worked, but look at it when I add the main menu music from Mortal Kombat Armageddon to it. The music just perfectly sums up what Mortal Kombat is to me: merciless and unforgiving. Mortal Kombat's crypt has always been a bit creepy, right? Especially in Mortal Kombat X, that was terrifying to me as a kid. But I really like the Mortal Kombat 11 crypt. Just look at this and notice the silence. To me, it doesn't feel as creepy as the Mortal Kombat X one, but more lonely. The difference to me is you load in and then that sudden feel of loneliness just kicks in. These last two were taken by Brustpoet's Disturbing Things Found in Mortal Kombat video, because I really want to talk about these because I think it's very, very interesting. We all know in Mortal Kombat 3, Johnny Cage was not playable. Back in the 90s, an audio was released somewhere online. It is very creepy and I will play it now.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to mourn the death of Johnny Cage. Killed at the hands of Kentaro during the second Mortal Kombat, he was only 29 years old.
Also on the topic of Mortal Kombat 3, when you go into the audio files, of course you can find all the soundtracks, music, and other sound effects. But one audio file was found, and let me just say, I have no idea why this was put in the game at all, and I have no idea what this has to do with Mortal Kombat. I must warn you, this is very creepy and unsettling. All I can say is, it's a man with a creepy voice, with creepy music in the background, reciting some kind of poem. I'll play it now, but I must warn you, this is very disturbing.
Is the voice of the lobster. I heard him declare, your dish is too brown, I must sugar my hair. As a duck with its eyelids, so he with his nose trims his belt and his buttons and turns down his toes. When the sands are all dry, he is gay as a lark, and will talk in contemptuous tones of the shark. but when the tide rises and sharks are around, his voice has a timid and tremulous sound. I passed by his garden and marked with one eye, while the owl and the panther were sharing a pie. The panther took pie crust and gravy and meat, while the owl had the dish as its share of the treat. When the pie was all finished, the owl, as a boon, was kindly permitted to pocket the spoon, while the panther received knife and fork with a growl, and concluded the banquet.
If anyone knows why this was put in the game, please put it in the comments, because I am considering making a video about this in the future. It's honestly scary why this sort of satanic sounding audio was put deep into the files of the game.